started because we have a lot to talk about this morning. So, officially, welcome to our April State of the Industry. I haven't seen you guys in a while, so it's good to see your faces, and I'm glad you're here. We're going to talk about some things that a lot of you have been asking about, and it's been kind of the conversation the last couple months. So, you are in for a real treat today. But we're going to start today like we do every month or every time we do this and introduce ourselves. And my name is Katie Hardman. I'm the Chief Opportunity Officer for the Experience Brokerage Network and my partner, Leslie Hilbert. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Of course, I am Leslie Hilbert. I'm the GM of the amazing Experience Brokerage Network. And we do this every single time because we are four amazing Keller Williams market centers across the state of Oregon, north to south. And every single month, we welcome a ton of new people. So, although some of you know us, not all of you do. So, there's our new amazing family members. So, if you are on the call today, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you know those people, say hello. And if you don't know them yet, welcome them in our Zoom rooms, in our halls, in our meetings, in our masterminds. So, give them a huge XBN and KW welcome.
We have welcomed 47 new family members since the last time we were together. So there's a lot of people that need a high five or a fist bump or a hello since the last time that we saw everyone. So welcome, everybody. I'm glad you're here. We're glad that you've partnered with us. Okay, couple quick announcements before we jump into the content. Open House Extravaganza is right around the corner. It's 10 days away. So here's kind of your timeline of what to expect. We are getting ready to start our big push of marketing, and tomorrow is a great class for you to attend on turn your open house into a 7-day marketing machine. We will get you the link in the chat to attend that. On the 13th, you've got our principal broker team is doing a special session on open house excellence. The 13th through the 17th is kind of your window to get all of your little ducks in a row, check out your open house extravaganza sign, print your check-in sheet and get all of your marketing put together. We are also going to be sending out a 5 days leading up to the open house marketing blitz for you to do on social media and to your database to really maximize exposure of your open house. On the 14th, submissions and assignments will be finalized, so we cannot make any changes after the 14th. Granted, like if something goes pending, like we will work with you, but that is our marketing deadline, so that we can get everything on our website and printed for you. The 18th is obviously the day of the event, and then the 23rd, the 24th, look at for some additional emails from us because we want to collect feedback of how many people you got through the opens, how many appointments you set because of it, and a couple other great questions. But this is our biggest lead generation event of the year. So if you haven't heard of this, talk to your team leader. If you have heard of this, please participate because it's going to be a phenomenal event. Yay. The other thing is our National Day of Service is right around the corner, and we won't have another SOI between now and then. So I wanted to make sure that you knew that May 14th is our National Day of Service. It's where everyone in Keller Williams across the world goes out and does something in the community on those days. So talk to your market center about what your local project is, but it's a day that we hope that you will, one, wear red, two, participate in this event, and three, share the experience with somebody. Invite a friend. So, May 14th. And speaking of giving, we have a special announcement. I don't know if he's on the call, but if you know this human, you know that this is a big deal. Our very own Tim English has been named as the KW Cares Northwest Region representative. And we could not be more excited and honored that Tim got this designation because this is his heart. This is exactly who Tim is. And we love that he's with us. So thank you to Tim. And if you know him, send him a message, shout him out. We are so excited. This is huge. Okay. And one more announcement. Mega Camp, you guys. If you're on Keller Williams social media, they did a really cool like promo for this that was fun. But we are in early bird ticket pricing for Mega Camp, which will be in August in San Antonio. Which last year's in San Antonio, and it was really fun. It's usually in Austin, but they are switching it up while the Austin Convention Center is under construction. So, get your tickets now. It's a lot cheaper if you do it now and book your flights. So, just wanted to put this on everybody's radar that we are just a couple months away from Mega Camp in San Antonio. So, okay, that's all of my announcements. Now, why you are really here is because you want to talk with Rachel. And well, Rachel, I know that your intro gives all of the amazing things about who you are, so I'm not going to spoil it, but we are truly honored to have Rachel here. I got to see her and hear from her last month on a webinar and was like, oh no, all my friends at the brokerages need to hear this. So Rachel, thank you for being here, one, and pouring into our agents. But I'm going to give you the floor to tell us all the things that you're doing and how we can learn and grow with you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. I love getting to have opportunities to get to hang with my KW fam bam. I am 14 years in the industry and 14 years with Keller Williams. So I'm a KW kid through and through. What I'm going to do today is we're going to be talking about some social media, you guys. So I will tell you that I get to travel all over the world teaching realtors how to build a business through social media and different business owners as well. And today, what I'm going to do is I was just got to be featured on the MREA podcast with Jason Abrams. And at Mega Camp, I was in a standing room only session talking about the top 4 ways to get seller leads through Instagram. So what we're going to do today is I am going to go through a version of that with you guys. And then I will tell you, in addition, April 14th, I'm going to put it in the chat right now so you guys can register. And I don't know if you guys have a place where you put things for the group, but what I'm going to go through with you today, I'm going to be sharing a little bit more in depth, and it's going to be some lessons I learned from getting coached with Gary Vee as well. So you guys are getting like a real good teaser today for the next 50 minutes, and then we can dig in and just keep jamming together. And that class is totally free, by the way. So that link that I just sent you to register in the chat, snag it because it's going to be really good. All right. We are going to share screen and we are going to do the dang thing. I will say that no question's a silly one. Social media is beautiful and confusing and amazing and challenging and all the things. So like if you have a question, you can put it in the chat. I can try super hard to give us a little bit of time at the end for Q&A because I find that that's really helpful. But just know that if you're wondering something, it's very likely someone else is wondering as well. So like, don't stress it. You're welcome to ask. Okay, let's talk, you guys. Oh yeah, you guys are live streaming it. Okay, so fun. That'll be great. All right, who the heck am I and why are we hanging out today? So my name is Rachel Adams Lee. I'm in Northern California. I got into real estate in 2012. My dad was a realtor. My grandma's a realtor. I was like, I'm never going to do this. Famous last words of a real estate kid. I was managing a real estate office unlicensed in 2012, and I was in a really different part of my life. I was in a pretty unhealthy marriage. My ex-husband was 80% disabled and 50% was PTSD from the Marine Corps. So I spent my days like at this real estate office for these agents managing it, being like, you're going to get your offer accepted. You got this. And I'd spend my nights like crying myself to sleep. I knew I wanted to change my life. I just didn't know what it looked like. And then Keller Williams had a class called Bold, which if we have any Bold graduates in the house, put it in the chat for me. If you've been there and how many times. So I've done it 9 times now, but I heard a quote that rocked my world. Now, mind you, I was not raised with like a personal growth environment. Like I didn't get that till I came to KW. And I just remember hearing a quote that rocked my world, and it was change the way you look at things and the things you look at change, right? You know that quote if you're from Bold. And I was always like, well, I can't quit my job. It's safe. I know how much money's coming in. But then it was like, but what if I take a chance and I invest in me? Like there's no cap on how much money I can make, and like I get to create my own destiny, right? So I jump into real estate, and when I say jump, I literally mean jump. Like my first year was intense, you guys. I door knocked 200 doors every week, and I did 3 open houses every week. So knocked 200 doors, did 3 open houses, which for those who don't like to do lead generation, you're like, good God. I'm like, yeah, me too. So it was a lot. And this is before like Place existed or challenges or any of that stuff. This is just like lead generation, right? And Gary was like, you need to lead gen 2 hours a day. And I was like, take this. So I didn't sell any homes for the first 4 months though. So it was like a really intense beginning to my career. I questioned my life choices. I cried a lot. I drank way too much wine for sure. And like in those 4 months that I didn't sell any houses, I lead generated and I practiced my scripts and I practiced my objection handlers and my listing presentation. So this is back in like the Diana Kokoska days, if there's any like OGs here that remember, but like, she had a listing presentation. I wrote that thing out 100 days in a row. 100 days in a row. Do you know how boring that is? The first time I did it, it took me 2 hours and 34 minutes. I got it down to like an hour. And what I will tell you is that I could do my listing presentation in my sleep. I can go up against the biggest agents in my market. And I'm super confident because I took the time to learn, right? So I didn't sell any houses for 4 months. And that first year, the rest of those months, I sold 39 houses that first year and was like rookie of the year. And then 109 the second and 123 the third. So 3 years in, I hit Wall Street's top 1,000 agents in the country. Super honored to still have that designation today. And life's a little bit different. I ended up getting a divorce, spent 3 years on personal growth, and then married the love of my life, Ryan Lee. I call him the most attractive man in America, because obviously look at him. He's my silver fox. And we've got 4 boys. We have Henry, who's 6, Harrison, who is 4, Hayden, who is 3, and chunky little baby Harvey is 9 months. So if you follow me on social, you know all the boys. But that's my life. I'm a boy mama. And let's see what else. They partnered with Place about 2 years ago. Social media coach. All the things. Let's jump in. Let's dig in, shall we? Okay. So first off, like, why social media? Why is social media important? I will tell you that NAR, National Association of Realtors, says that 89% of all realtors are on social, which tells me, like, if you're not on social media, you're going to get left behind. And now everyone's freaking out about AI and they're still just like, what do we do? How do we do it? There's like, the thing with AI for me is there are like 97,000 apps. And every day there's 5 more. And everyone's like, you should do this one. You should do this. Don't do chat. Do Claude. And you're just like, oh my gosh, it's too much. It's too much. And so what I believe on the social media, and also what I believe with AI, is simply this. The realtor who puts the most quality content out there is the one who's going to win. That's it. I taught a class last year and it was about how it was all about AI, and it was like my top 10 prompts that I used to build my 7-figure real estate business. And my last 3 listings came from AI. Like, one of them, this was last year when AI first kind of came on the scene. It was a 77-year-old pastor's wife who found me through ChatGPT. And she was like, don't make fun of me. Because I always, you know how we like ask the source, we're like, how'd you hear about me? And she's like, oh my gosh, don't make fun of me, but I used ChatGPT. And this is like when it just got talked. And I was like, I think you're a genius. I was like, can you tell me the prompt you used? And she was like, yeah. So she's like, I said that I was looking for a working mom that is a bit of a bulldog, that can specialize in selling homes for top dollar in Folsom, California. And I'm in Northern California. You're also going to notice when I talk to you guys, I'm going to tell you probably 13 times that I'm in Northern California. Why am I going to do that? Because we don't get the business we don't ask for. You don't get the business you don't ask for. So I will tell you I work in Northern California. Why? Because if you have a referral in Northern California, I want to be your referral partner. The other thing is you don't get the shares, the follows, the likes if you don't ask people to do it on social. It's the same thing. People, I mean this so respectfully, are dumb. People are dumb and they're busy. They're doing things, guys. Like, they don't have time to, like, you have to tell them what you want them to do. Like, I need to be told what you want me to do if I'm going to do the next thing. That is called a call to action. So what we're going to do is we are going to walk through why social media is important, how social media is important. And I'm going to share with you some of the ways that you can really build a listing business through social media. And I have some other like tricks up my sleeves and some extras for you because you guys are Chris's crew and I love Chris Suarez. So we'll take care of all of you. All right, let's talk about the algorithm super quick and how it actually works. So right now, you can make a post, and I will tell you a post counts as a static post, which is you have the picture and the caption. It counts as a reel, which is a short form video, which now is 3 minutes or under. Don't recommend 3 minutes unless you're talking. it also is a carousel post, which is the carousel post is the ones you're swiping through, right? So when you make a post, the algorithm is trained to have that hit 7 to 10% of your followers. And one of two things is going to happen. It's either going to do well, where it starts to be pushed in front of more people, or the post fails. They're going to scroll away. They're not going to keep reading. They're not interested. Like, it's not going to go anywhere. Okay? So that's what happens if it doesn't do well. If it does do well, then what that means is you do the content, you put it out there, and people start to connect, right? They engage. Then the algorithm is like, oh, this is probably good stuff. Let's put it in front of more people. Then more people engage. Let's give them some followers, and let's check out the non-follower market and see how they do there. They keep engaging, and then we're like, all right, we're going to recommend you on the home and the explore page. That's the best place to get new followers, and then you can go viral. Viral is not the goal to me. I'm never like, I'm going to make this post so it goes viral. I'm like, I want to make this post so I add value to people. I want to add value to people. Every day when I wake up, I'm like, how can I add value to others? When I started on social, it was like back in the MySpace days. I'm going to age myself, but I'm a 41-year-old millennial. Any other millennials in here? Thank you. So we're still cute, you guys. We still got it. So I was like, I want to add value to people. Everyone said it was like a used car. I was 26 when I got it, and everyone's like, you're like a used car salesman, you're slimy. And I was like, why do people think that of realtors? It's because every realtor is like how much money they can make, how many houses they can sell. I was like, but this is the biggest financial decision people ever make, and they trust us. What if it's about how much value we can add to others, right? And so every day when I get on, I'm like, how can I add value? How can I make someone learn something, educate them, entertain them, right? So when you're doing social well, you're getting likes and comments, saves and shares, profile visits, and your watch time is going up. I will tell you that if you're like kind of obsessed with social media and you want to do well with it, you can go on my Instagram. Don't go on Facebook. You can go on Instagram, and if you comment the word algo, ALGO, I have a 2-hour and 30-minute webinar that I taught earlier, like I think I want to say the end of January, and it's the 13 changes that happen in the algorithm for 2026. Now, I don't have time to go over that with you today, and if you guys want to dig into that, it's super cheap. It's like $97 for 2.5 hours, so you get the recording, and it's good stuff, and a workbook you download. So, okay, our goal here is to educate or entertain. We want to educate or entertain. And if you're doing social media well, you're doing a balance of both of that. And I'm just going to because I get to share screen because I'm in control here, which we all know I really like. I'm just going to show you really quickly my Instagram. So what you'll see is when you go on here, I am either educating or entertaining. Okay, you see a really healthy balance of me talking about the 5 pillars of content that I talk about in my life. And I'm talking about real estate and being an entrepreneur. This one right here is me talking about being a realtor. I talk about being a wife and a mama. So like I've got my kids, my super cute kids. I talk about building businesses. Those of you, side note, those of you that have real estate teams or brokerages, you're going to want to go on later and watch this video about recruiting, because we just launched a kick-ass recruiting product that's really good for teams and brokerages. So real estate, being an entrepreneur, I talk about personal growth and being a best version of myself. That also includes for me my infertility journey. We have 4 babies, but we've had 8 pregnancies. So like that is just a very real part of my life. I talk about postpartum health and fitness. I actually was just about to make a post, but I ran out of time right before this. So we'll be doing it right after. I talk about different things in my life. Now, the other thing I want you to notice is you don't click on one of these things without knowing exactly what I'm talking about. So like if you click on this, it says how I do Easter. It was like versus my mom. Sellers, this is why buyers are ignoring your house. That's a real estate post. I want to complain to my husband, but then I realize he's a problem solver and will just think logically instead of being dramatic with me. Like, it's about having, and like, can you hear the music? Yeah. So all this stuff is always paired with trending audio to make it fun. Real estate videos, like, again, it's always about having a hook on the screen. You are never going to be scrolling and not know if this post is going to pertain to you or not. Now, it is very common that my highest producing posts are not going to be for real estate. Why? Because real estate's what we do. It's not who I am. And unless you're selling Sunset, which we are not, it's just not going to be the thing that's going to make the impact, right? So they're going to find you because of real estate often, but they stick around because of who you are and how you make them feel, okay? So I have a 9-step social media model. This is how I built 2 7-figure businesses. So I have a real estate company, right? Real estate business. I also have my coaching company. Both of those are 7-figure businesses. I don't care if you're selling socks or you're selling houses. My 9-step social media model freaking converts. And if you guys go to my Instagram and you comment the word model, you're going to get that 9-step social media model sent to you. It's a 32-minute YouTube video. The reason I'm going to tell you it's 32 minutes, I'm going to expect that you're going to time block for it. I want this to be the class where you actually are like, okay, so there's 2 schools of thought with me. You're either like, this chick's my new best friend and I can't wait to hang out with her and we're going to be business besties, or you're like, she talks way too fast, not my speed. Either one, I'm good. What I will tell you is that the social media model it is a 9-step model. It's the foundation of social media. I believe that you can't really build a business through social media unless you have a strong foundation. Same thing as like if I'm coaching a real estate agent on my team, which by the way, they all have to sign a social media addendum to be on my team. When they join, I'm like, listen, you're going to build your business like the legs of a chair. There is a strong foundation to this chair. There's 4 legs to this chair. One of them is going to be your database. Every single one of you, non-negotiable. The people who like you, who love you, who want to refer business to you. And then the other 4 legs of that chair, we're going to figure out together. Maybe you love open houses. Great. That's going to be a foundation of your business. We're going to do 2 of those every single week. Maybe you love door knocking. Maybe you love dialing, right? Maybe you love working with investors, business to business. For me, social media is a leg of my business. So I treat it like a freaking business. Like I have a model around it. I'm a systems girl. And so this is my system. And it's my free gift to you for being on this call today. All right. Let's talk about how we can get some more traction on your listings. And I want to ask this question, and I don't want you to feel any judgment. I just want you to be honest in the chat. For you guys, how many of you, when you have a new listing, your game plan is to take the photos that the photographer gives you and put them on Facebook or Instagram? And then you're like, I'm going to be super creative. I'm going to take my MLS property description. I'm going to paste that bad boy. And that's your post. Like how many of us, when we have a new listing, that's the plan? And I'm not going to tell you you're wrong for doing that because that's what we were taught. We were taught that's how to advertise our listings. No, are you all too scared to tell me the truth? I know that some of you are posting like that. So one of the things that I do quite often with realtors is I do a one-on-one social media audit. And what that looks like is it's a 1-hour phone call. She says, I do it when I do it. Yep, exactly. Yep, when you post. Like how many pictures do you guys have in your phone right now that you took with the intention of making a post on social and you never did? Right? Hundreds. Thousands. Like that. This is all of us, right? This is all of us. There is a better way to get through this. Okay. There's a better way to do it. So yeah, thousands. Yep. Every one of us. I hear you. So one of the things I do is I do a one-on-one social media audit with realtors, and it's a 1-hour phone call. And the first thing we do is we sit down and we re-optimize your bio for the algorithm. So we literally look at your bio and line by line, I rewrite it for you because I want you to think of your bio as like your online business card. Okay. Like you have one chance to stop that scroll and get the first impression. The next thing I do is I audit your content. And this is where I see a lot of very similar patterns with realtors. You have a new listing. You got it pended. It's sold. And you put your beautiful graphic up with your headshot and your thing you made on Canva and the picture of the property. And it gets freaking crickets. Or like there's 2 likes on it and one of them is Katie and one of them is Adriana and the third one's Leslie, right? And Jordan's like, oh, don't forget about me. Like the people that are liking your content is either your mom or it's your realtor friends. It's not your next buyer is not like, oh my gosh, she sold a house. I'm going to hire you. You did your job. It's not how it works. The reason why those get such little interaction, you guys, is because the algorithm is actually trained for 2026 if it looks like an ad to pull eyes away from the content. Side note for those of you that are hosting classes, it doesn't work to do a flyer on social media because it looks like an ad. So there's a reason why no one sees it or you have such little interaction. So and then just to end the thing. So after I audit your content, we say this is what is working and isn't working. I do a full 20-minute interview with you and I physically create 50 pieces of custom content for you to put on your social media where I give you the hook, I give you the image or the B-roll, I write out your caption for you, I give you the call to action. So like if anyone's struggling with social, that's an option for you. For your listings, let's talk about a better way to do it. So instead of just like posting the MLS pictures and the property description, I hear my baby crying, and I'm just going to text my husband to go like handle that 2 seconds because I can't focus on you and that as well. Please check on baby. Oh no, he stopped crying. Okay, we're fine. Mom life, like I can't, you got it. Okay, so when I have a new listing for MLS, in my market, the average price point here is around like 650, okay, for our team. The average, I think, in the area is closer to 500, but if it's over like 900,000, I hire a professional videographer. That's my personal rule. If it's over like 900, otherwise I'm doing my own video and I never do my own photos, but that's like video is different. So this is the thing. Let's talk first about the carousel post and how we handle that. And then we'll talk about the video. So if you're going to do photos, you're still going to put your photos on MLS. I'm sorry, on Instagram. Okay. You're going to do a carousel post. And the cool thing about carousel posts is they're the only piece of content on social media that you actually can see twice. What you'll notice is like if you go on Instagram and you see someone's carousel, you're like, okay, you see the post. And then you go back on and later you'll see it again. And you notice you're seeing the second slide. Has that happened to you guys? So it's the only piece of content through on social media that you get to see twice. And Instagram is pushing carousels equal to Reels. So last year I went from 31,000 to 125,000 followers in 1 year because I was so focused on Reels, and that's where the growth was last year. This year it's equal Reels and carousels. In January of this year, I won this coaching contest through this company called Stan Store, which I'll tell you about, and I got to be flown out to be coached one-on-one by Gary Vaynerchuk, which if you saw him at Family Reunion, he does not say quite as many F words if you're like 4 feet away, but he's amazing. And he said, it's not. And we were out talking about social media, and I was like, so are we doing Reels? Are we doing carousels? Are we doing static posts? Like, what are we doing? He goes, well, it's not an if, it's an and. You're doing all of it. You're doing all of it. So you have to be doing the balance of all of these on social. And so when I coach realtors on social, this is what I tell you. If you want to build a sustainable business through social media. Now, he said, I want you posting he's like, I did 450 posts yesterday. What he didn't tell you is that he has 25 full-time people whose job is his brand. 25 full-time people. That is their job. 2 of those people who I got to meet in New York, their only job, you guys, 40 hours a week is living in his comment section. Their full job is to live in his comment section, analyze the comments to see what his next post is going to be. Can you imagine? What do you do for a living? I look at Gary V's comments, like wild. So what he said to me though, is he was like, it's not an if, it's an and. So I want to talk you through a couple things with video and with carousels for listings. When I do a listing post for the carousel, I'm going to take those MLS photos and I'm going to put them on Instagram. But instead of just posting the photos, I'm going to take you on the journey of what it's like to live in the home. Now, the very first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to do that hook, right? The thing that's going to grab you, the reason they're going to stop the scroll. My hook that does very well on social media for a listing is if I were to spend just over $1 million or just under 500,000, or Katie, what's your guys' average price point there?
500.
500K. So if I were to spend just over or just under 500,000 for a 1-story home on a corner lot with a pool, this is the house I would buy. So you say like, if I were to spend, then you say the price point, and you have like just under, just over is usually my thing. And then you say 2 selling features and then the area, this is the house I would buy. So that's going to be your hook when it comes to the listing. The hook is the first slide, but the next slide, what you see here, this is a picture of my next slide. I'm showing the backyard. I'd start my morning quietly sipping coffee on my back deck, enjoying the beautiful views while hearing the birds chirping. Next slide is a picture of the dining room, right? And then I'm like, I'm so glad it's the weekend because I could just unwind with the kiddos. This morning we're having waffles and crispy bacon. Next slide, picture of a bedroom. I'm so glad that I have a full bedroom and bathroom downstairs because my father-in-law is coming to visit for the weekend and he has bad knees. So like I'm telling you, there's a full bedroom and bathroom. It's a beautiful backyard, but I'm taking you through the journey and you are rewarded on the algorithm for your watch time, how long someone's on your platform. And so when your people are going through a carousel post, learning about the property, it's literally telling the algorithm, this is good content, push it in front of more people. Now, the other thing I'm going to tell you is when you're doing these listing posts, you guys, you do not get the business that you do not ask for. Okay, you do not get the business that you don't ask for. So what does this mean? This means that on the bottom of every single listing I have, do you want to know what I say? I say, realtors. After I do my spiel to the buyers, I say realtors. Who, if you know who would be a perfect a buyer who'd be a perfect fit for this property, please share it with your audience. So what is that doing? It's giving realtors content to post, which all realtors are struggling with what to post. So as a realtor, I'm like, oh, I can share this listing and it looks like I have inventory and I could bring the buyer to represent. And then when I am the listing agent, what am I doing? I am screenshotting those insights and I'm sharing them with my seller. And I'm like, look how much traction we're getting on your property. So like in my listing presentation, which I coach on that too, by the way, if you need listing help. I coach on like everything. Coaching is my favorite thing on the whole planet, like besides my cute babies and my husband. Like I love helping people build your business, and especially from mistakes that I've made in the past. And I'm the lead listing agent on my team. So like listings is my jam. That's why I do a lot of my classes listing focused, not buyer focused, because I believe that is like the money spot. So yeah, and you'll see, I'm like, I don't just post my my listing description. I do a little bit of emojis. I keep it short and sweet because I want them to go through my property. I want them to like truly take the time and look through it. Okay. And so some good ideas for hooks is like, would you live here? This one won't last. Stop the scroll before the photos. Okay. You want to have authority. So you want to tell them like, this is the property. This is what we do. This is who we are. And this is why you're going to buy it. Right? I just did a listing video, which you guys will see come out this week for a new property that we have. And I was like, and I will say, like at Family Reunion, they did that super cool editing class. If you guys were at Social Media Con, and they showed the guy like jump over the house. And I'm like, that is so cool. And I know I'm never going to do it because I don't have the time to sit there and learn how to edit. It's just not something I'm going to do. The way that I do social media, which works and converts, by the way, is simple. It's actionable. And Katie, if it's something where we want to do like a part 2 to this, where I take the time and actually show them how to edit a carousel post, a reel, and a static, like actually make the post, we could definitely have that be something we chat about, because I feel like for a lot of people, like the basics is they're just like, I get it, but it's overwhelming. And I think it would be really helpful. Oh my God, you're so cute. Adriana said the amount of videos she has of her trying to jump. I know I want to be that cool person. I want to do all that stuff, but I'm not going to. I have 4 freaking kids. We were lucky if I shower that day. Like Katie knows, like it's just life is life, right? Something else that's really important. So with SEO and AI, you are either going to be attracting the right people to your platform based off your language, or they're not going to see what you're doing. And we used to get to have 30 hashtags per post. Now it's 3 to 5, depending upon where you are in the US. It's 3 to 5. I don't know if yours has changed yet, but it is going to be nationwide for everyone. 3 to 5. The reason that I'm going to teach you this little hack. So again, last year going from the 31,000 to 125,000, one of the things that I did was I added this bio paragraph. It's called a signature bio paragraph. So what you see on the top is my bio, okay? Serving Northern California, social media expert, built 2 7-figure companies with my phone, wife and mom of 4 boys, wine and coffee. Click below, right, for coaching and freebies. Then you see this bio paragraph. This bio signature paragraph goes on Instagram below your reel caption, your carousel caption, or your static post caption. What I'm doing is I am literally training the algorithm who my audience is. Okay. Now, some of you know me personally, some of you don't. Some of you have only been hanging out with me for 26 minutes. Is there anyone, am I your first time for any of you who's never seen me talk before? So I want you to take a second and read this, okay? Welcome to my little corner of social, at Rachel Adams Lee. What did I do? I tagged myself. I made it very easy to find me, to tag me. Why? Because then they can click on that and they can follow me that easily. Again, you want to make it easy for people. I'm a top realtor in Northern California, business coach, mama, 4 boys, married to my best friend who happens to be the sexiest guy in town. I'm a national social media coach. I love what I do. I'm passionate about building multiple streams of income, helping others do the same. I love God, snuggling on the couch under a good blanket, traveling the world, a crisp glass of Chardonnay on a hot day, deep conversation about living our best life, and love to dress in neutrals. Let's be friends. So whether you've known me for a long time or you're like Matt, OG, been around since 2017, like this is who I am. And it is important that you have a bio signature paragraph like this on your content, okay? Now, if you guys want help doing that, that is something that my team does for you. So you are welcome to scan this QR code. It's like $67. It's super cheap. And there's a form you're going to fill out with a bunch of questions, and then our team will write the bio for you, okay? And I think I can put it, can I do that? Is that going to work? Yeah. Okay, cool. I can also put it right there for you in the chat. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about shareable content, because I think it's important that you understand that part of the reason. So if you've heard people talk about lead magnets, and you heard it at Social Media Con for sure, but you see realtors on social media being like, I got 13 leads this week and I didn't pay for any of them. And you're like, how did you do that? Like, what are you doing? A lot of what they're doing is creating relevant, shareable content to get in front of their ideal audience. Now, for me, I'm not just going to be posting buyer content and seller content, because if I'm only posting buyer content and seller content, then I'm going to be boring, because not everyone needs to buy or sell. But the local people, they're wanting to know about the 5 best dog parks, the top 4 brunch spots in your city, top happy hour spots you need to hit, 5 best date night locations, like why you need to move to this city. Like, these are the things that people actually want to know. And so I want to walk you through my system for how you can get leads on social media without paying for them, okay? There's a tool you're going to want to add to your real estate business, which you do pay for that. And it changed the game for me completely. So I'm going to walk you through. I did this lead magnet called the top 10 cozy coffee shops for entrepreneurs you need to know about. And what you'll see here is this was the piece of content. It was a reel. It was literally 3 seconds, you guys. It was a 3-second video of me just scrolling over these espresso shots. I paired it with trending audio. But the cool thing about having a reel that's 3 seconds is when someone's reading the caption, that video is it's called looping. So it's playing over and over and over. And that's telling the algorithm, this video is so good, they're watching it over and over and over. They're not realizing you're reading a caption. So they're like, dang, this is good content. They're just staying on this page. It was 3 seconds and each of you are watching it like 15 times because you don't know that, right? So people want immediate gratification. I want it right now. I don't like to wait for anything, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a piece of content that is very valuable for my local community. I believe that we should be the digital mayor of our town. And social media enables us to be able to do that. So I'm going to be like, all right, top 10 cozy coffee shops. And I put this piece of content out, and I'll usually put like the top 3 coffee shops in the caption. And I'm like, here's the name of the coffee shop. Here's the location. Here's the vibe. Try the vanilla lavender latte. It's freaking amazing. Oh, you want my list of my top 10? Comment coffee. And I'm like, P.S. I'm your go-to girl for all things local and real estate in Northern California. Follow at Rachel Adams Lee. I'm always telling them what I want them to do. So the full flow of this, just so you can see like the way that I do it. I have a piece of content, a shareable piece of content that I put on social media. One that we did that does very well is where kids eat free. So I'm like the top 10 places where kids eat free locally, because everybody wants free food, because our little humans, I don't know how they're so small and they can consume so much freaking food, but they do. And so you say, so what happens is this, you're like, okay, I want this. And so for any of you who, let's just test this process out right now. Go to my Instagram, and I want any one of you to go on Instagram and comment the word taco. Go to my Instagram and comment the word taco on any reel, any post, anything, and tell me what happens. What do you get back immediately? I'm right here. I'm not doing anything. Or if you commented the word model earlier, you got a message. Did any of you get a message back immediately? If you didn't, it's because you're not following me. Yep, Stephanie. Stephanie got it back, got the message. Yep. So that is called an AI automation. That is an auto DM feature that I'm going to teach you how to do, because it's changed my life. The idea is you are busy. You are lead generating. You are out there closing deals, going on listing presentations, hiring new agents for your team, training your people, having coffee with your past clients, picking up your kids. You're living your life. We need systems. The only way that you're going to scale your business and grow is to have better systems. And there is a product called Stand Store, which I'm going to walk you through, that is my favorite tool for building my business. So you want this top 10 cozy coffee shops. You comment the word coffee, or for you guys, you just commented taco, and you're totally, I won't call you guys because this is usually how I lead gen, but I'm just going to know if they came in today and you commented taco, I won't be reaching out to you. And what will happen is you comment the word taco. You then immediately get this option to give me your information, which is called an opt-in. And you do that. The second you opt in, you get the lead magnet, which I'll show you some examples of lead magnets, but it's this beautifully branded graphic where it's all about the locations. I'm going to tell you the top 10 the coffee shops, or the hole in the wall taco spots, or whatever it is. And then on the very last page, that's where I'm going to sell myself as the expert, which I'll show you as a physical example of that. And then I have the system then say, okay, here's your lead magnet. Now I'm going to send you to my CRM. So I have a new lead to call. And the script sounds something like this. I'd be like, hey, Leslie, oh my gosh, you just asked for my top 10 cozy coffee shops. I just shot them over to you. Super excited for you. I just have to tell you, like, if you go to Bloom Coffee, you have to get the vanilla lavender latte. It's so freaking good. But tell me, are you local to the area, or tell me a little bit about you? So it's going to sound crazy, but I actually pick up my phone in this industry, you guys. I'm not just texting. Okay. I'm not just texting. So she comments taco or coffee or walk for the best top 10 walkable neighborhoods or whatever it is. She comments the keyword. I send her the opt-in. She sends me her info. It goes to my CRM. I call her. But the cool thing is right now she's already got what she wanted from me. So she's not like, oh my gosh, why are you calling? She's like, dang, every time. Dang, you're fast. Wow, that was creepy. Like, how did you do it that quickly? I'm like, oh, I'm a systems girl. When you work with me, I've got everything covered. Like, from the very first step, I'm showing them what it's like when they work with me. Matt just asked if it's similar to ManyChat. So let me walk you through what StanStore is. Oh, side note, if you guys are wanting lead magnets for your business, I have the top 10, which I'm happy to show you an example. If anybody wants to see one, you can tell me in the chat. But I have like, best romantic date night spots with a view, hidden gem restaurants you need to know about, best weekend getaways within 2 hours of Sacramento. And these are fully edited for you. So like, you tell us the specific cities you serve, you're going to give me a 2-paragraph, I can show you what it looks like real quick. You would give me a 2-paragraph, let me just type in taco so I can show you that one. Taco. Okay, let's see. Is this one? Yeah. Okay, cool. So the way a lead magnet works is it's like, here's your pretty cover page. And when you guys are creating these, whether you do mine or you do them on your own, you want to keep it very simple for the cover. And then I'm not saying anything about real estate. I'm just like, here's your best spots for taco. And then I jump into the good stuff. I'm showing them the taco spots, right? I'm going through each one, what to get, what you should try, where it's located, blah, 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 blah. The very last page is where I sell myself. What you would send me is 2 paragraphs about you and your business, the area you serve. And then we have, through Brivity, we have our instant home valuation page. You also could do your whatever website or CRM that you're using if it's not that, right? So you choose Command, whatever it is. But that is what a lead magnet looks like. And so what we have is we have the top, the most requested ones that the way we picked these are the ones that our audience was Googling the most. My clients were Googling these the most. And so I was like, let me do this. So we have their top 12. We edit them fully for you. We set up all your automations. It's completely branded to you, and these crush it. So if you're like wanting more leads through social, this is a killer one to add into your business plan. All right, let's talk a little bit about StanStore. So this is the tool that I think would be really, really helpful for you guys to add into your business. I do not work for StanStore, but I did ask them if I could be an ambassador because I'm obsessed. So what is StanStore? So StanStore is this little link right here that when you click on it, it takes you anywhere I want you to go. So I have my little bio on the left side here with my picture. And then for me, anything I do coaching, right? So like my top 4 ways to get settled into Instagram, my free class is right here. The recruiting one, the one I was telling you about to look at for recruiting, that's right here. I teach people how to build an additional stream of income if they want to be a coach and create coaching courses and digital products. I have a free class for that. If you guys want it, message me. But I coach on that, right? What you're going to do, friends, is you're going to have this section right here. you're going to get StanStore. And oh, by the way, ManyChat is just the auto DM feature. So when you see people say like respond, ManyChat is only the auto DM feature. There's no landing page like this. There's no, I'm going to send you, it's just auto DMs with a link you can get sent. StanStore is also your landing page. And so what you're going to do, guys, is you're going to add this to your business. So you have the auto DM. So whether the other thing is every single listing that I have, we do this for listings. Every listing that I have, we have a new property coming up. So I told you about the property video I just did. It's on Shasta. So when I post this video, I'm going to say, if you want a private showing or more information, comment Shasta, and I link them back to my website so that I get the lead. Okay. So every listing you have, you're going to do this for. You're going to then have it lead back to home buying. So I'm going to give you guys, if you go on my Instagram and you comment the word Stan, STAN, which I think I can put it for you right here. Let me see. Oops, I didn't hit enter. Okay, cool. I put that in the chat. But if you go on my Instagram and you comment the word Stan, or you click on this, I did a hour-long video teaching you how to set up your profile from start to finish. It's totally free to do this, you guys, to set it up. They give you 2 weeks free with the platform as well when you use my link. It is $29 a month. So ManyChat's $35 a month starting, and it's only the auto DM feature. StanStore is $29 a month. And I'm going to give you my 3 templates, my top converting. So buying a home, selling a home, and instant home valuation. I'm going to give you guys those. But what do you see here? I have a free home valuation guide. 10 restaurants where kids can eat free. My preferred vendor sheet. Like if you have a buyer guide or a seller guide, or you want to show them your YouTube channel, any links you want to put on your StanStore, you can. And then just to show you guys like the back end of StanStore, which is kind of cool. Let me see. Oops, something went wrong. Okay. So, the back end of StanStore is really freaking simple because I am not like a tricky person. I'm like, okay, how do I do this? There's a checkout page. You put all your information in. When I make a change here, it changes it right here. But you literally are building this out for every market center. You should have a StanStore for your classes. If you are a team, having people join your brokerage, comment team to join, like every single thing. And then if you're, in a position where you do coaching, it also can accept money, which is cool. The other thing that's neato is like, where the leads came from. So all these people right here, it tells you, some of them are probably you guys on this call. It's telling me, okay, you did a free you got the StanStore class replay, the Instagram links. It tells me who you are and where you're coming in from. So when I want to, like reach out to everyone who's downloaded the coffee shop lead magnet, I can. One thing that was interesting is when I did the coffee lead magnets before, we had 33 people ask when I posted the top 10 cozy coffee shops for entrepreneurs. I had 33 people say like, I want more information on this. 3 of them were real. The rest of them were just like realtors creep in, other people doing different things. It's all good. I don't care. Right. 2 of those people came to my family fall photo in the park event, and 1 of them purchased from a post. Is that not worth your time? Like people are stuck on like, oh my gosh, well, I didn't get the interaction that I wanted, and I feel like it was just going to be so much. You guys, I am down. If I do 1 post and I get 1 client, hell yes, because that's 40% I didn't have to pay to Zillow. You're not paying for this. You're paying. So yes, you pay $29 a month for StanStore, but to me, it's my landing page for everything. My conversion has gone up way more because of it. Auto DM feature, and it houses all my links. Like it just, to me, it's a no-brainer. And the algorithm prefers it over like a link tree or any of those other ones. So I just think aesthetically, it's really good. And then the auto DM feature is really cool. So I can show you, I do classes and stuff, but let's see, I want to show you a listing one. Oh yeah, here's all my free best weekend getaway within 2 hours of Sacramento. They typed in getaway, 34 people downloaded that one. A seller lead magnet that I had for instant home valuation, 12 people downloaded that one. The taco one gets popular, but only because I tell you guys about it on a call. There's another one I wanted to show you, but okay, let me just show you how it actually looks though. So when you go into the DM, you set up the keyword. You can do it in caps or not. And then you can say if you want it on all posts or just one specific post. I usually do it on all posts because I do it in my stories too. And so I want it to hit. Now, this option here, I'm not going to click on this, but you can either comment back or have no comment. Always have comment back, because the algorithm is not recognizing that it's not you using the platform, and you're rewarded for the time you're on the platform using the tools. So it's thinking you're commenting back to all these people. So it's going to push your content further. And then you simply put your information right here, and then you're done. Save it. You're good to go. It really is like the most user-friendly, simple thing ever. You guys get, you get 2 weeks free with my link. And then also what I will do is I will send you guys these 3 templates. Find out your home's value, sell your home, and start the home buying process. In the class, I walk you through how to do that whole thing. So it works really well. So you can either DM me Stan on Instagram, or you can click on that link. Okay. So we're almost out of time. I want to leave some time for Q&A, but I do want to tell you guys a couple ways if you were like, okay, this chick's my speed, I definitely want more information, how we can hang a little more. First things first, I am a coach, and I have a very affordable mastermind that is crazy good value. So it's a mastermind group. It's also private coaching, one-on-one coaching, and it's a referral network. It's $49 a month, you guys. It's so inexpensive. And I go in there twice a month and I coach for 45 minutes. So if you've been looking to jump into coaching, but you're like, I don't know if I can like really commit to like the higher level yet, this is a great way to get in. We have agents in there selling, $6 million a month. We have agents in there selling $50 million a month. Like, we have all different new agents, experienced agents. And it's everything from like how to break into the luxury market to, I did this Instagram post and it failed, can you help me, to when to hire your first admin. So all the things. 50 pieces of content. We totally chatted about that one. That is where we do the 1-hour content call, where I help create 50 pieces of content for you and I'm auditing. So if you guys want help and you really want to dig deeper, this is a good one to do. Any of these you can also message me privately about on social. So like, if you're like, she's talking too fast, she's clicking too fast, this is what I do. So you can just message me on social. Weekly reels. Okay, so this is been my baby for like the last 3 years. So this is how I built a lot of my real estate business. It's $97 a month, and every single week I do a reel for you on Instagram. So I take a trending reel that's doing well, and then I edit it for real estate. And I literally send you an email on a Monday, and I'm like, okay, Jordan, you're going to shoot me a video, and it's going to look like this. And I give you the example video every Monday of me like typing on a computer, smiling, or talking on a cell phone, or something really simple. And then Jordan has till Saturday at midnight to send that video into me, and then my team is literally going to edit it, put the hook on there. I write your exact caption. I give you your trending audio. So then the following week you have your fully edited video ready to go. But one thing that I will tell you that's really exciting is the class on the 14th. We are going to be elevating that product. So you can get in, and then we're elevating that, because my video or my interview with Gary Vee, he was like, it's not an if, it's an and you're not doing enough. You have to have carousels. You have to have stories. And so weekly reels has been my product for 3 years. We have over 420 realtors we do reels for. It will be transitioning to something very soon, which I'm not going to tell you the name of because I'm working on the marketing right now and I'm really excited, and we just got the trademark. But it's going to be reels, carousels, and stories done. Literally done for you every single month. So like, if you're like, oh, I just feel like I struggle with what to post, like that, those days are over, because it's going to be your leverage, and it's like very affordable. Okay, I've got 5 minutes for questions before my next coaching call. So does anybody have a question that they would like to ask, or how can I help? I mean, I definitely think every one of you, if you have the time today or absolutely this week, go watch that model. Go watch that 9-step social media model that I told you you can download. That's the foundation for real estate for me. So I gave you some tools, but you're going to want that foundation. And that foundation is going to be coming up with your 5 pillars of content. Okay. Coming up with your 5 pillars of content. And then we're going to talk about how often you're posting, when you're posting. I'm going to give you some really good scripts for conversion for a new follower. Like it really is going to be in depth. So I highly encourage you guys to watch that.
So some are asking if they're going to get the slides. We did get this recording, you guys. We always send up a follow-up email, so you can watch this again and slow it down if you need to. But Rachel, are they going to get the slides as well with all the content?
I do not share my slides, but you will absolutely get the recording.
Perfect.
Yep. How do I
Eleanor's
feel
like,
about
what are
doing
the top
lives
one
on
to three
TikTok?
simple?
Yeah, okay, so lives, good question. Lives are very much being pushed in the algorithm. If you watched my algorithm class, you'll know that that is part of it. So lives are definitely being pushed. Back in like 2017, lives were really popular and then they kind of just like went away. They're pushing it again. What they're really encouraging us to do with the algorithm right now is what's called FaceTime Reels, where you literally pick up your phone and you pretend you're talking to someone, and they want it to be very conversational, not overly produced. Don't spend a bunch of money, just like talk as if you're like chatting to a buddy. And so going live is definitely going to be helpful, but if you're too nervous to go live, record it and upload a reel. Like there is a way to do this that make you can ease into the process that'll make it more comfortable for you. What else we got? Polly, you have the sweetest energy. I don't know you, but you're just like smiley. Polly and Tammy are just these little smiley muffins the whole time we're on this call. I just love them. Debbie, too. Now, Aaron. Aaron was here from the beginning. He was on time. Go, Aaron.
All of those people are our brokers, by the
Oh,
way.
well, you better be good then. You're like,
Yeah,
we're
right.
smiling because we're supposed to. That's so funny.
Eleanor posted a question. What are the top 1 to 3 simple things she could implement right now? And if three's too many, what's the one thing? Besides watching the model video.
Yeah. So when you watch the model video, it's going to be coming up with your 5 pillars of content. That's going to be the first thing, because in order for you to know what you're going to post about, you have to know what you're going to post about. And so I tell you to think of like your pillars of content, like if I were to meet you for the first time and we went on a walk, 5 things you could talk to me about that you're passionate about that you need to do no research. Jordan said chickens. Get it, girl. Talk about all those chickens all day long. Homesteading. But like, like no ChatGPT, like this is what you can do because this is what you're an expert in the field. And so for me, like I know what those are. And if you get stuck, if you're like, I have 3, like I've interviewed people before and they're like, I'm so boring. I just like watch birds and I'm retired and I just sort of do a deal here and there. And I'm like, okay, so bird watching is gonna be one of yours. Gardening's probably gonna be one of yours. Like your audience is out there, but they don't know what, like they'll find you because you're in real estate, but they stick around because of who you are and how you make them feel. One of my last listing leads that I got was from a lady who said she was the only comment on this listing video that I did, the only comment, but it was asking about home valuation. And she's like, and her private message to me was, she's been following me and my cute family for several months, but she actually does need to sell her home in Nassau, New York. And who do I know? So like it wasn't even in my area, but I got a $3,500 referral fee because of that. So like all day long, So it's like we get stuck thinking we have to post about one certain thing, or we have to like, oh, real estate all the time. But in reality, like there's so much more to you than just selling houses. And so you want to make sure you have a balance of that. All right, guys, I'm taking a picture of us because it doesn't count if it's not on social. And I appreciate your time. Katie, thank you for setting this up and for having me today. I have a 10 o'clock and I am on time for my appointment, so I'm going to jet. I appreciate all of you who have this recording. Message me if you guys need anything, and I'll chat with you soon.
Bye, Rachel. Thank you guys for being here. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.